Hi everyone, I'm Isaac Wong Yong Tzer from SMJK Seg Hwa school code JEB7030, and I'm currently studying in Form 5. I have many interests. Where do I start? I love music. I also love mathematics. I play recreational tennis. I enjoy public speaking and recently picked up debating. But most of all, I love reading. Just last month, I won the national level public speaking competition for secondary schools in Desaru. I also finished as finalist in the International Scholastic Debating Championships last year. What I love about these experiences is the human connection. I get to travel and meet many people, make new friends, create lasting bonds with people of diverse backgrounds. I believe that forming meaningful relationships with people is the backbone of humanity. And since we're on the topic of meaningful relationships, let me introduce you to this book, Never Let Me Go by Kazuo Ishiguro, a Nobel Prize-winning author. My copy of Never Let Me Go is a paperback edition published by Faber & Faber in 2005, spanning 343 pages. In fact, I found the cover to be rather interesting. It shows a silhouette of a cassette tape in the middle, which I later discovered was a prized possession of the protagonist. This book falls under the fiction and dystopian genres. I find that this book depicts life in a hauntingly beautiful manner that lingers long after you've closed the final page. This novel is divided into 3 parts, Part 1, 2, and 3. Part 1 takes place in Hilsham, a boarding school in the English countryside. The main characters are initially depicted as students who paint and write poetry. Part 2 takes place after they graduate and move to the cottages. This is where their young adulthood journey begins. They experience falling in love and navigating the intricacies of human relationships. The storyline, however, takes a very dark turn in Part 3, when the main characters understand their bleak reality and the finality of their existence. They are in fact clones. Clones created to donate organs to compatible humans, which would ultimately lead to their own deaths. This dystopian story is narrated by Kathy, who looks back at her own life. Together with her friends Tommy and Ruth, she discovers true friendship, along with a myriad of complex emotions as the dynamics of their relationship with each other evolve. When they leave Hilsham for the cottages, they try to live like the adults they've seen from the real world by mimicking their routines. Yet deep down, they are still unsure of who they really are. Reality sets in when Tommy and Ruth begin their donations. They must accept their fate. When I first read this book, I kept asking myself, what if my time was limited? What would I do? Would I be like Ruth and accept my fate? Or would I be like Tommy and want to continue living? This story also raises more questions. Why don't they all run away? Why don't they fight back knowing that their fate is already decided? Kazuo Ishiguro does not make it clear. Instead, he allows us, the readers, to form our own conclusions. It shows us that life isn't always easy and choices are not always straightforward. After finishing reading this book, I thought of Kathy and how she quietly accepted her fate while treasuring her memories. It reminded me to appreciate my own everyday moments, how to live life, and be grateful for the people in my life. Because one day, we will look back and realize that all of these moments are what makes life so wonderful. The lesson I've learned from this book is this: never let go of the things that make you human. Love your family, be kind, treasure your relationships, and value your friendships. We cannot control everything in life, but we can choose how to respond. So what if my time was limited? It really doesn't matter. I choose gratitude. I would choose to care and to love the people around me for whatever time I have left. And that is why I encourage everyone to read this book. Never Let Me Go shows us that even a clone is also human. Regardless of how dystopian this story may be, it allows us to reflect on our own lives. Thank you.